Bet if I suck on that pussy, that'll get you wet. And rub my hand on that click, that'll get you wet. And rub my tongue down your neck, that'll get you wet. Bet if I suck on them titties, that'll get you wet. Bet if I suck on that pussy, that'll get you wet. And rub my hand on that click, that'll get you wet. And run my tongue down your neck, that'll get you wet. Bet if I suck on them titties, that'll get you wet.
Baby, I wanna lick you down, baby. I wanna make you scream, baby. I wanna make you shout, baby. I wanna put it in your blood, baby. I wanna make you nut, baby. That's all I wanna do is.
What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to the Mack Lessons Radio Show. I'm your host, Mr. Tariq King Flex Nasheed. Glad to have everybody tuning back in. It's a very offensive song. I never really listened to this song. This shit is offensive as hell. Wow. I like Plies, but Plies be sounding like he's assaulting a bitch when he rap. Hold on, let me play something else. That shit is offensive. That's throwing me off. Hold on, play something else. But that song was offensive as hell, wasn't it? The song be sounding like it's gonna be romantic, and that's like that's a modern day love song now. The song was about to sound romantic, then it got aggressive. Should be like, I wanna make you my wife. What's happening, shawty? Then that nigga started rapping about some crazy shit. Be my wife. I want to get my thumb and stick it in your ass. Take off your bra. Use your titty like a punching bag. I'm like, whoa, Plies. Whoa. But anyway, I digress. What's up, y'all? Glad to have everybody tuning back into the Mack Lessons Radio Show. I'm your host. Again, like I said, I'm Mr. Tariq King Flex Nasheed. And today's show is brought to you by MackLessons.com. That's where you can get all your Macking needs. And the world's greatest message board, UnitedPlayersOfAmerica.com. That's where players like you can chop up game with other motherfucking players. Now, in today's show, I'm going to talk about wifing up Skanks. A lot of people have sent me this audio clip of Mos Def's, the rapper, actor Mos Def's wife. Her name is Alana Wyatt. And she is coming out with another book. We got another one of these groupie books coming out. And this shit is getting real played, y'all. This groupie book shit is getting real played. It's like if these females suck 2 or more celebrity dicks, they feel like they got enough material for a book. And the market is getting saturated. I think Superhead has the skank market covered, so a lot of these women are grasping for straws here. But we're going to talk about Alana Wyatt, and we're going to play a little clip and go into that. And I also want to talk about Ruben Studdard. Ruben Studdard from American Idol, the singer who won American Idol a few years ago. He just got married, which is good for him. But Ruben got married to a goddamn video chick. Not just any video chick. Because, see, the video thing is different now. I was looking at some old school videos from like in the 80s. Remember when video girls would be very cute? Video girls were kind of sophisticated. It would be like a woman and she would actually be acting in the video. It would be like Kashif or Ray Parker Jr. driving in a limo and the woman runs out the limo. It would be like a storyline. It would be a real model as the video girl. Now they just go to the strip joint and get anything with stretch marks and put up in the video, and that's the video model. So Ruben got this video chick who was in the Nelly tip drill video. And if anybody has seen the tip drill video, it's basically a video with a bunch of strippers shaking their ass and doing something strange for a little piece of change. And then there's nothing wrong with that, but wifing them up, don't know about that one. God damn, Ruben. Now, Ruben, I know you're a big dude, and I know you live down south, and it's slim pickings over in Birmingham. I lived in Birmingham before, and I know it's slim pickings, but goddamn, Ruben, I promise you could have did better than the tip drill video, bitch. God damn, Ruben. Ruben. Again, fellas, we got to have a strike system. We got to have a strike system. And Ruben, he's getting him some money. Ruben is on Broadway. He's doing a Broadway play right now. So Ruben is getting his money. Ruben could have done a little better than that. I'm not knocking the girls' hustle. I'm not knocking a hustle. You know, everybody, you see somebody come up in the game, you got to kind of pop your collar to them. But I like Ruben. Some of y'all niggas, man, before y'all get married, y'all need to talk to me. Y'all need to holler at me. I'm not going to throw salt in nobody's game, but if you the homie, I'm going to pull your coat and let you know what's happening. Because some of y'all niggas be wifing up some of the worst skanks. Sometimes the signs are there. Sometimes the signs are not there. I know, like, me and my friends, man, we used to look at Jet magazine. That's when, before they had all the urban so-called magazines out. But we look at Jet magazine back in the day, and we would just laugh at all the athletes and actors who would be cupcaking with the local skanks around L.A. We see a girl that all the homies that ran through, and she's hooked up with some baseball player in the Jet photo of the week. That shit would be hilarious. And I'm not going to put nobody's business out there. You know, there's a lot of girls in LA that we know about and we know their background. I don't do that. I don't put people out there like that specifically or publicly. But some of y'all niggas need to do some research and some background checks about the females that you deal with. And I hope Ruben Studdard will be all right. I like Ruben. I hope Ruben will be all right. But I don't think that's a good look. You don't marry the tip drill girl. And I'm not hating on the girls, because a lot of folks, y'all are very sensitive lately. Y'all motherfuckers have been very sensitive. Some of y'all are still sensitive about that whole overrated list I did the other day. Well, y'all got real emotional behind that shit. Y'all got real emotional behind that. Let me play something for y'all niggas. Yeah. Just emotions taking me over. Y'all got real emotional over that. Let me dedicate a song to all y'all people who had a problem with my list. Shit.
It's all about emotion.
This for y'all who had a problem with my list.
All about emotion. Yeah.
Let's calm down and relax. Not hating on nobody. Not hating on nobody. Anyway, but I digress. But I want to get on to Mos Def's ass. Now, like I said, a lot of people have been sending me the video clips. Well, it's an audio clip. The woman, Mos Def's wife or ex-wife, did a radio interview. And it's a long interview. It's like 30 minutes long, 36 minutes long. And I'm just going to play a little clip, a couple of minute clips of what she's talking about to give you a vibe of it. And she's talking about. Here's the clip.
Yeah. You can see me in the Drop It Like It's Hot video, clicking and clocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Murphy Lee video with the hook on B, setting up the mic in the beginning there for Murphy Lee.
That's right.
Where I Want to Be by Donnell Jones. I mean, all the little things that I did over the last little while really took a toll and became recognized, of course, when I married the infamous Sir Def.
Yeah, so how did you meet Mos Def?
He actually was up here in August of 2005 doing a 3-day outdoor concert. One of my best friends, it was her birthday party weekend. She had met Mos and his crew, prior to her birthday party. And we were all waiting in the lobby of a Sutton Place hotel. For Mos to arrive so we could all head over to the venue where the birthday party was being held. And he walked in the lobby, and I remember I had food poisoning at the time, so I was really aggravated that we were waiting an hour for this guy that I didn't even know who he was.
Please.
My girlfriend was sending me pictures of him. You have to know Mos Def. You have to know who he is. So she's emailing me pictures and come down, and, you know, she did the whole best friend guilt trip. You got to come, you know, please, it's my birthday. Go down there, meet him. He stops dead in mid-sentence while he shakes my hand, and he looks me dead in my face and says, "You're going to be my wife."
What? The first time y'all ever saw each other?
Shook hands.
Oh.
Shook hands. We went straight to the altar 4 days later.
What?
Yeah.
So he knew, huh? He went dead at you.
He knew, and verbatim, he said, you know, I really want to sleep with you, and I know that I'm going to sleep with you someday, but I won't sleep with you. I'd rather sleep with you as my wife.
So a 4-day romance turned into a marriage. So how are the newlywed days? How did the newlywed days start out for you? Yo, to hear the entire Alana White interview, you got
That's it. Okay, so anyway, you got to go to these cats' website, and I ain't going to plug that. So, and I'm going to give you some of the cliff notes of what this woman said throughout the show. And basically, you got a vibe of the woman. So what happened was, and what makes this story interesting, is that she met Mos Def, act like she didn't know who he was, blah, blah, blah. Mos Def met her, and he was like, "I want to marry you." Right there on the spot. And 4 days later, they got married. Now, the marriage lasted for only 4 months, and they're about to get a divorce, and she already got a settlement. She got around $4 million out of Mos Def. Now, I didn't know Mos Def was holding like that, but Mos Def has been in successful movies. He was in The Italian Job, which grossed a gazillion dollars. He just did that movie Be Kind, Rewind. He did a movie with Bruce Willis, that 16 Blocks. So Mos is making him a little change. He's making some change, and when you make money like that, man, you have to be smarter than that. You have to use common sense. And I want to talk to all my brothers today who are in the entertainment business, all my athletes out there, all the rappers, all the actors, all the guys out there who will be getting a record deal in the future, guys who will be playing football in the future, guys who will be clocking major dollars in the future. This is some shit you need to know. It's time to slap some common sense into niggas. Because a lot of times, man, you lose your common sense, because when you're in the spotlight, everybody's telling you how fly you are. They're telling you you're large. They're telling you you're the shit. And then you start believing that, and you stop using common sense. You start trusting what everybody says, because it sounds good to hear that you're the shit. But you start losing a sense of judgment. And then that leaves you open to weak game, because the game this chick ran on Mos Def was weak game. You're making too much money to fall for the kind of bullshit she was kicking. She wasn't even kicking no exquisite shit. The shit that she says and the shit she's talking about, you can hear it from any female here in LA. It's like textbook LA shit. Now, more info about this young lady, Alana Wyatt. She has a baby. She already had a kid, like a 7-year-old kid, by some producer up in Canada. And in the interview, she went on to say, you know, she has dated several other athletes. In the interview, she was talking about how she was abused by one of her boyfriends, and he had her in a coma for 3 days. And y'all know it's two sides to every ass whooping. There's two sides to every ass whooping. So this chick was one of those bad luck bitches. You have to take all that into consideration when you date any female, let alone marry them. There's so many red flags here. If y'all niggas just listen to all the shows, I address every mistake this nigga made. Every mistake on several shows that I've done. If you listen to the shows, you wouldn't fall for weak shit like this. Because it's those chicks who has been abused, those are the freakiest ones. See, y'all don't let no woman do a little freaky shit to turn you out. I said that on the shows a few episodes ago about how those mixed females who've been abused and all types of crazy shit didn't happen to them, they suck the best dick, they do all types of freaky shit. And you have to accept that for what it is. A bitch who can do freaky shit, not wifey. So there are a lot of strikes in this situation. And like I said, she was running textbook game on Mos Def. That nigga name should be Most Dumb. Talking to fall for the weak shit she was saying. I mean, strike one, she has a kid. Strike two, she has dated many other celebrities before. That's a strike, fellas. When you meet a chick and she has dated 2 or more celebrities and she's not a celebrity herself, she's a groupie. That's not hating, that is what it is. You have to accept when a chick is a groupie. See, they try to, in the interview she did, she made it seem like, oh, I didn't know who Mos Def was. They all say that. That's weak game. You think she don't know who the fuck you are? That's groupie 101. Act like you don't know who the celebrity is. Women in LA do that all the time. They're like, oh, I didn't know he was an athlete. And they'll say shit like this. They'll justify being a groupie. They say, well, I never approach guys. Which Alana, she said that later on in the interview. In the interview, she said, well, I never approach guys. And I talked about that before. As a groupie, you don't have to. You position yourself for these guys to talk to you. You don't have to approach them because you hanging out at the Staples Center in a cat suit. You hanging out at their hotel in the lobby at the bar where these guys just happen to be staying. So a lot of these women position themselves to be spit at. Y'all have to know this, guys. Y'all have to know the game. Y'all have to decipher their bullshit. They're going to make themselves sound as innocent as possible. But the one where they don't know nobody, that's the best one to me. I love that one. I didn't know he was a basketball player. Really? You didn't know that this 7'2" nigga who just hopped out of a Bentley was a basketball player? You couldn't put 2 and 2 together? To all my basketball players out there, nigga, they know what the fuck you do, all right? All my basketball players, stop going for that bullshit. They know what your big ass do for a living, all right? What other job does a 7'2" nigga have except being a basketball player? Come on, niggas, y'all got to use common sense. What the fuck she think you work at? Applebee's? A big 7'8" nigga talking about, you need celery with your buffalo wings? Come on, niggas. They know exactly what you do. Stop falling for the innocent act. Y'all nigga, again, I know you want to believe that these women are innocent and all that shit, but you got to use common sense. When they act like they don't know you. What? Kobe? I never heard that name before. Wow, Kobe, what's that? Is that Swahili? Get the fuck out of here, niggas. Y'all believe that? You got to use common sense, players. You got to use common sense. And like I said, man, they all play the innocent role. They play, the role, all these guys approach me and I just happen to date a bunch of athletes. I'm innocent. I just came from the church. All that shit. When they start doing freaky ass shit, you ain't the first nigga they did the freaky shit to. You feel what I'm saying, players? You're not the first nigga they done some freaky shit to. And I'm assuming that this chick did some freaky shit to Mos Def to make him wife this chick up and have to cough up $4 million. Again, these females be telling y'all, I ain't never sucked a dick before. And they the minute they get a dick in their mouth, they start yodeling and scatting and humming like Ella Fitzgerald on a dick. You know who they are. They say, I ain't never sucked a dick before, but okay, here I go. I'll try. They going to town on your dick. Then they put the balls in the mouth. They all licking in your taint. And y'all niggas be going for that shit. That's her on your dick. And y'all simp ass niggas, y'all believe that and y'all start tossing her salad and eating her ass out and you scatting like Al Jarreau in her ass. Here you go. That's you and her asshole. Simp ass. The first night you met her, she scatting and you scatting. That's her sucking dick. That's you licking ass. And the white girls ain't no better. Don't let the white girls fool you either, niggas. The white girls be running game on y'all niggas too. Because they like to play the innocent role too. They're real good at playing the innocent role. They'll be sitting up there talking about, I ain't never sucked a dick either. They get a dick in their mouth, they start yodeling. Here they go. They yodeling on your damn balls. And y'all niggas believe that, so stop believing that bullshit. Stop thinking with your ego, fellas. Always put your ego in check. Always question everything that these females do, guys. Most Def had to give this bra $4 million after 4 months, after 4 days of meeting this chick. The number 4 is not your lucky number, homie. The number 4 is really not your lucky number. You gotta use more discretion when you deal with these groupie ass chicks. And fellas, even if the woman has her shit together, let's say she's not a groupie. Let's say you met her, she's working a little square job, going to church, finding a motherfucker with no kids. You still don't marry her after 4 days. Nigga, you should wait at least a year to marry anybody. At least a year to marry anybody, to get to know them. Because even if you meet a woman, she has her shit together when you meet her, you need to see if she's consistent with that. You need to see how consistent she is with being on top of her shit. Because a lot of people put their best foot forward when you first meet them. But in most Def situation, this female had baggage and strikes when you met her. I'm trying to think of what was the criteria for this nigga to say, okay, I'm gonna marry this bitch after 4 days. Just because she's cute? She's a decent looking broad. I mean, I think she's a little older now. She might be in her late 20s, early 30s, but that's never the criteria. And the thing, you know what it is? A lot of these brothers, a lot of guys, brothers especially, a lot of niggas grow up in the hood, especially in the East Coast and down south. Niggas grow up in the projects, you grow up in the hood, and y'all have these little raggedy hood rats that you grew up with. The minute you make a little change and then you meet an exotic female, that light skin and that long hair, y'all niggas throw all common sense out the window and you're blinded by the light skin and the long hair. And don't know how to fucking act. I think that's what happened to Ruben Studdard too. He had a light-skinned chick. Because living down there in Birmingham, there's a lot of hood rats down in Birmingham. There's some fine women down in Birmingham too, but there's a lot of goddamn hood rats down there. So y'all niggas get blinded by the light skin and the long hair. That's why y'all niggas got all emotional about me talking about Alicia Keys the other day. That's why y'all niggas got emotional.
Just emotions taking me over.
Yeah, a lot of niggas get real emotional about them light-skinned chicks, man. And look, I've dated light-skinned chicks on and off since I was 15 years old, so I'm kind of desensitized to it. You know, especially them AKAs. Y'all know about the AKAs. They're known for having a lot of light-skinned females in their sorority. And, you know, the AKAs should have a plaque of me at their headquarters, as many of them motherfuckers as I went through back in the day. When I hear somebody go ski-wee, I turn around. But I digress. But like I said, man, y'all niggas get blinded by these light-skinned broads. Y'all think that just because she's a good-looking bitch or she's an exotic-looking bitch, she's the shit. And a lot of them are just as fucked up as everybody else. Not to generalize, I'm just saying her being a red-boned bitch with curly hair is never the criteria to date or marry anybody. Because that's what I think Mos Def did. What was the other reason for him to marry this broad? After 4 days, he didn't know anything about this chick. You got to be smarter than that, fellas. You got to be on top of your game. You got to use common sense. You can't be doing dumb shit like that, especially when you're sitting on that kind of money. You got to be more responsible than that, man. And stop being so goddamn trusting. A lot of you niggas, man, lived in these matriarchal ass homes and you had your mother that you can trust, but all these females are not like your mother. And I say this all the time, and it's not hating. You know, I always get labeled as a hater or woman basher just because I say, hey, nigga, protect yourself. That's not hating. That's not woman bashing. That's being on top of your game. Because a white boy make a bitch sign a prenup at the drop of a hat. He'll make her sign the prenup while she's walking down the aisle. Like, okay, before you do, I'll lead you to meet Mr. Rabinowitz. This is my lawyer. I mean, he'll have the lawyer as the best man. White boy ain't gonna fuck his money up. But niggas throw all they shit away over some bullshit. Because the bitch cute and the pussy was good and she sucked his dick good and she got her scat on. No, you can't throw it away over that. Or the white chick. You can't throw it away over that, player. Can't do that. Think about that, y'all. Anyway, that's been today's episode of the Mack Lessons Radio Show. Real quick show today. Don't forget to check out UnitedPlayersOfAmerica.com, MackLessonsRadio.com, and subscribe to the show on iTunes, and go to YouTube and check out all my videos. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.